Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's F1 News. Let's dive into what might be the biggest story of the season so far. According to motorsport.com, rookie driver Kimi Antonelli just secured his fifth consecutive Grand Prix victory at Monaco, making him the youngest driver ever to win that iconic race. This is absolutely wild for a first-year driver. Speaking to Sky Sports analyst Martin Brundle after the race, the veteran called Antonelli serene and unbeatable. And honestly, the numbers back that up. Antonelli has been dominating pole position and converting it into wins race after race. Now, here's the interesting part. Antonelli recently told Autosport that he's actually grateful for the struggles he faced mid-season last year in his rookie campaign. He admitted those doubts made him fear for his future in the sport, but he's clearly turned a corner. He's now built a massive championship lead, and with his current form, the rest of the grid is going to have a really tough time catching up heading into Barcelona. Now, Monaco wouldn't be Monaco without some controversy, right? According to Autosport and Motorsport.com, Pierre Gasly had what he called the hardest day of his entire F1 career last Sunday. The Alpine driver absolutely delivered a strong performance, crossing the finish line in third place. But then, boom! 2 5-second pit lane speeding penalties dropped him from podium contention down to 7th. That's heartbreaking. The good news for Gasly and Alpine? The team has lodged a right of review, and according to both sources, they've cleared the first hurdle. The FIA stewards deemed the appeal admissible. The final decision is expected here on Friday during the Barcelona weekend, so we could see the Monaco results potentially reshuffled. If Gasly's penalties are overturned, it would also affect third-place finisher Isaac Hadjar, who Martin Brundle praised for his sterling drive. This one's still developing, so keep your eyes on the Friday headlines. Let's shift focus to something that could reshape the entire sport. As reported by both Motorsport.com and Autosport, Max Verstappen has made it clear that his long-term future in Formula One largely depends on upcoming regulation changes for next year. Back in Montreal, Verstappen stated that introducing a proposed 60 to 40 power unit split would definitely help keep him competing in the series for longer. Now, this topic has proven politically sensitive behind the scenes. Several manufacturers have actually opposed significant hardware changes for the upcoming season, which complicates the FIA's plans. The politics here are real. Different teams want different things, and that's making it harder to reach consensus on these changes. Verstappen's comments suggest he's genuinely concerned about the current direction of the sport and whether the regulations will make F1 exciting enough for him to stick around. It's a significant statement from the reigning champion that the paddock needs to take seriously. Here's something that shocked the paddock at Monaco. According to Motorsport.com, when the FIA released the first ADUO period results, that's the Additional Development and Upgrade Opportunity System, essentially F1's engine catch-up mechanism. Red Bull Ford powertrains emerged as the benchmark. That means Red Bull isn't allowed further development because they're at the top, while manufacturers like Mercedes trail by 2 to 4%. Verstappen himself told Motorsport.com he's confused by this verdict. Red Bull has actually requested the FIA review these results, which tells you everything about how unexpected this outcome was. The politics around this are intense because it impacts how much development freedom each manufacturer gets. Mercedes, with their talented rookie Antonelli leading the championship, probably isn't thrilled about falling behind in engine performance rankings. This catch-up system is supposed to level the playing field, but when the newest engine supplier suddenly comes out on top, it raises eyebrows about whether the methodology is working as intended. Looking ahead, FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem has outlined a bold vision for the sport's future. According to Motorsport.com, the FIA is targeting a dramatic reduction in car weight, nearly 150 kilograms by 2031. Current 2026 F1 cars have a minimum weight of 768 kilograms, so you're talking about bringing that down significantly. This is part of a broader vision that also includes a return to V8 engines in the near future, which bin Sulayem has been pushing hard for. The FIA's recent regulations have already succeeded in reducing weight compared to previous generations, so this target isn't impossible, but it's certainly ambitious. Lighter cars mean different handling characteristics, different tire management strategies, and fundamentally different racing. Whether this resonates with manufacturers who've invested heavily in current hybrid technology remains to be seen, but the FIA is clearly thinking long-term about making F1 simpler, lighter, and potentially more exciting. In contract news, Pirelli has extended its tenure as Formula One's official tire supplier through 2028 after triggering a one-year option. According to Autosport and Motorsport.com, the Italian manufacturer originally came on board in 2011, replacing Bridgestone, and has maintained that partnership ever since. The deal covers not just F1, but also the feeder series F2 and F3, plus the all-female F1 Academy. Back in 2023, Pirelli successfully fended off competition from Bridgestone to win the FIA tender for a fresh deal, and now they've exercised their option to extend further. This provides continuity for the sport heading into a critical period of regulation changes. Teams appreciate having consistency with tire suppliers because it helps them develop their cars more effectively. With technical regulations in flux and ambitious weight reduction targets on the horizon, having a stable tire partner through 2028 gives everyone a clearer roadmap. Quick technical update from Barcelona Prep. Charles Leclerc is making some changes after his frustrating Monaco crash. According to both Autosport and Motorsport.com, Leclerc blamed his brakes for the incident at the final corner, and now he's opting for a braking configuration similar to Lewis Hamilton's setup for this weekend. It's a smart move, leaning on the experience of a seven-time world champion to dial in the right feel. Meanwhile, speaking of drivers with diverse interests, George Russell has revealed he'd love to try NASCAR at some point. According to Motorsport.com, Russell met with 2023 Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney during a fun promotional video, and the conversation apparently sparked genuine interest. Russell actually won the Australian opener and the Chinese sprint race this season, so he's proven himself capable on different tracks. Whether he'll actually get a NASCAR shot remains to be seen, but it shows these modern F1 drivers aren't just content with one discipline. They want to test themselves across different series. All right, let's look ahead to this weekend in Barcelona. According to Motorsport.com, former F1 driver David Coulthard has backed George Russell for a strong comeback after a rough patch. Russell won the season-opening Australian Grand Prix and also took the Chinese sprint race, but he's since battled bad luck and inconsistent results while watching his 19-year-old teammate Antonelli extend his championship lead. Barcelona is a test of overall package and consistency. It's not a street circuit like Monaco, so car setup and raw performance matter more. This is exactly the kind of track where a driver like Russell, with years of experience and technical feedback skills, could close the gap to his dominant teammate. Antonelli's been amazing, no question, but Russell's a proven winner who knows how to deliver on a proper race circuit. This weekend could be really interesting, especially with Leclerc making setup changes and the grid still processing the Monaco aftermath. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this rundown of F1's biggest stories, please smash that like button and subscribe to Genai's F1 News for more updates every week. See you at the track.